Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. Today, with the pandemic stuff going on and everything, and being on stay-at-home orders, I'm going to kind of put the pulling engine on the back burner for right now. Basically because where I buy my parts from is like 35 minutes away from here, and they are only shipping orders. They are not letting you come pick stuff up, and I'm not going to pay $20 or $30 in shipping for something I can go pick up, hopefully another week or two. So we're going to put that on the back burner. I do have another project going on to go do today. Easy for me to say. I usually don't do will it run videos or whatever, but I've had this sitting around for 6-9 months, something like that. I think dropped it off in the fall. Just sitting there and covered up with tarp and stuff, and decide what the heck, might as well see if we can get it going. So I'll spin the camera around here and give you guys a first look. Alright, this is what we got. It's a Briggs and Stratton 7-horse easy spin starting. This is a 3,000 watt alternator. I believe it's still what they call a generator, but haven't did any research on it or anything. The guy that gave it to me said that it did work when they put it in the back corner of their shed. I don't know how many years ago. They bought something newer, so they didn't want it anymore. So he knew I did small engine stuff, so he figured he'd drop it off and see if I can get it running. And gave it to me. It's got the old updraft carburetor on it. Just little interesting couple of stickers here, there, and hopefully you guys can read that. It says stop on it. It does have compression. I did pull it over. Haven't checked to see if it has spark or anything. Did check the fuel. It is rotten. Surprise, surprise. Fuel tank, it's got a little. Don't even have a filter on it. It's got a little float valve on it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. The fuel line is hard. I did check the oil. Oh, okay, it's a Montgomery Ward. I didn't even see that. I don't know if you guys can read that or not, but that's what it is. I'll get you a better light here in a little bit, and just want to give you guys a first look at what's going on. So over the next couple of days here, we'll get that going. Let's see if we can get these numbers. If you guys can read them. If anybody can give me an idea what year or anything this is. So yeah, so that's the project. We're gonna hopefully get this thing going. Well, I'll bring you down the other end here, because I did look at this. It's got two 20 amp, 120 volt, and two 15 amp, 240 volt. I'm sure I'm kind of ingenious. I bet you I can break that 240 down into two 110s with a common ground somehow or another. But yeah, that's what we got going on. Portable power plant made by Montgomery Ward. So, alright, we'll get started on this thing. We'll bring you back and get the camera all set up on the tripod and stuff, and we'll start tearing into her. Alright, we're going to get back on this here generator. I did check down the tank. I don't know if you guys can see down in there or not, but it does look alright. I mean, there ain't nothing, no big crusties, no rust or anything. Next thing we're going to do is pull the spark plug out, and actually we're going to use a spark tester. Not going to pull the spark plug, but we're going to use a spark tester, see if we got spark. If we got spark, I'm going to dump a little fuel in her, make sure we ain't got no leaks in the fuel system, and then we'll give her a couple pulls over. So get the camera set up in the tripod, and we'll get that there taken care of. Alright, we're going to get back on this here generator. I did check down the tank. I don't know if you guys can see down in there or not, but it does look alright. I mean, there ain't nothing, no big crusties, no rust or anything. Next thing we're going to do is pull the spark plug out, and actually we're going to use a spark tester. Not going to pull the spark plug, but we're going to use a spark tester, see if we got spark. If we got spark, I'm going to dump a little fuel in her, make sure we ain't got no leaks in the fuel system, and then we'll give her a couple pulls over. So get the camera set up in the tripod, and we'll get that there taken care of. Alright guys, got the spark tester all set up here, and we'll see if we got spark. Oh yeah, we got spark. Look at that. Nice. Alright, let's grab some fuel. We'll dump some fuel in here, and see if we can't get this thing to take a spark. So. That should be enough for right now. We do got the fuel turned on. No leaks over on this side down here with a I'm gonna pull the air filter off here and see if we can't see down in there. Fuel little filter looks really good. I don't see any fuel rolling up in the fuel bowl. Put it in a little choke, and let's give her a little snort of something there to see if we can't get her to give her a little fire. Ooh. Well, she runs, boys. It does sound like the carburetor might need a little work, but alright, yeah, that carburetor is definitely going to need some work on it. So we'll get you all set up and start pulling this carburetor off here and see what we got on that. So, alright guys, got everything set up here. I noticed I got the fuel shut off now, but while I was setting things up I didn't shut it off, but I noticed there's a little bit of wetness right here along where this carburetor goes together, and of course it's running out the bottom here, so it tells me that the float's stuck in it. So I'm gonna pull the fuel line off because it's rock hard, and then I'm gonna try to take the carburetor off the intake here. I don't know if I can get my screwdriver down in here to get that screw off or not, but it looks like I'm gonna be able to get it in there better than back at the block because this muffler is kind of close. I don't know if it's been hit and pushed over or if it's supposed to be that way, but we'll look at that here after a bit. I wouldn't think it'd be supposed to be that close, but who knows. I'm going to start by on these carburetors. There's a bolt down here on the bottom that mounts it to this plate back here, so we're going to try to get that bolt out of there. And there I just had fuel run down my hand, so we're probably going to get a nice little stream coming out of there. Oh yeah, a few dribbles there. There's the rod for the air cleaner. Get this thing turned around here. I'm gonna lose my bolt. Okay, there's that out of there. Let's see if I can get the... Let's take that fuel line off there first. Back in here. I do have a new fuel line to put on here. The only thing is, I don't think I have a carburetor kit for this particular carburetor. So yeah, a little bit of fuel coming out of there, so that's that. Let's see if we can get these screws out of this intake up here. Oh, look at that. That one loosened up. That's hitting the muffler, but we can get this one here loose. Oh yeah. There's that screw out of there. Let's see if I can wiggle this off of here. A little breather tube on the back side here. Okay, we'll take that out of the breather, out of the valve housing there. Alright, there's that. Ooh. And that one come right out. See if we can get our screwdriver up in there. Finish taking this off of here. Alright, there's that. There's a little linkage right there. A little teeny tiny spring. There's the spring. There's the linkage. There's the carburetor. It's pretty dirty, but I think we can save her. So yeah, that float's definitely leaking. So all right, let's get it over there on the workbench and we'll get it all cleaned up, and we'll bring you back when we get over there set up and everything. Okay. Alright guys, got everything set up here. I noticed I got the fuel shut off now, but while I was setting things up I didn't shut it off, but I noticed there's a little bit of wetness right here along where this carburetor goes together, and of course it's running out the bottom here, so it tells me that the float's stuck in it. So I'm gonna pull the fuel line off because it's rock hard. And then I'm gonna try to take the carburetor off the intake here. I don't know if I can get my screwdriver down in here to get that screw off or not, but it looks like I'm gonna be able to get it in there better than back at the block, because this muffler is kind of close. I don't know if it's been hit and pushed over or if it's supposed to be that way, but we'll look at that here after a bit. I wouldn't think it'd be supposed to be that close, but who knows? I'm going to start by, on these carburetors, there's a bolt down here on the bottom that mounts to this plate back here, so we're going to try to get that bolt out of there. And there, I just had fuel run down my hand, so we're probably going to get a nice little stream coming out of there. Oh yeah, a few dribbles there. There's the rod for the air cleaner. Get this thing turned around here. I'm gonna lose my bolt. Okay, there's that out of there. Let's see if I can get let's take that fuel line off there first. Back in here. I do have a new fuel line to put on here. The only thing is I don't think I have a carburetor kit for this particular carburetor. So yeah, a little bit of fuel coming out of there, so that's that. Let's see if we can get these screws out of this intake up here. Oh, look at that. That one loosened up. That's hitting the muffler, but we can get this one here loose. Oh yeah. There's that screw out of there. Let's see if I can wiggle this off of here. A little breather tube on the back side here. Okay, we'll take that out of the breather, out of the valve housing there. Alright, there's that. Ooh. And that one come right out. See if we can get our screwdriver up in there. Finish taking this off of here. Alright, there's that. There's a little linkage right there. A little teeny tiny spring. There's the spring. There's the linkage. There's the carburetor. It's pretty dirty, but I think we can save her. So yeah, that float's definitely leaking. So all right, let's get it over there on the workbench and we'll get it all cleaned up, and we'll bring you back when we get over there set up and everything. Okay. Alright guys, we're going to try this one. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. The orifices up here on the top are clean. I can see down through her, but down here around the bottom there is some crusty grusties, and we'll get that all cleaned up. But if you guys can see how that goes way up through there. If you try to take this top piece off, you'll end up bending that. So let's get these screws out of the top of here. They'll come out. Oh yeah. This thing almost acts like it likes me. I mean, a lot of times when you're working on this old stuff, you know, especially if somebody's been in here before, these screws don't like to come out and everything, so alright, there's only 3 screws holding this one in. Let's see if we can give her a whack with the, look at that. Yeah, she's a little crusty down in there. We'll get that all cleaned out, get that float cleaned off. See if we can't get this pin out of here, and we'll get that needle and seat and that float cleaned up. Yeah, I think she's just a little crusty on that there, but we're not going to mess with that gasket because, like I said, I don't have one. And I will take the this jet here out and shoot some cleaner through that. clean this up, clean this needle and seat up, and then put it all back together. So let's and I think this is just old and that stuff's just wiping right off there, so that looks pretty clean, so I'm not going to mess with that one. See if I can get some parts cleaner down in this thing here. Get this cleaned up. Some year I'd like to have a ultrasonic cleaner. From what I can see, the guys using them things, it makes life so much easier. These things come out, these parts come out crystal clear, or crystal clean, I should say. But for what we're doing, I don't think she'll be bad. And like I said, it didn't look that bad. This must not have had the ethanol fuel in it, because it's not all white and chalky. I'm just taking my screwdriver and knocking the real heavy stuff loose down in here. And she don't look bad at all, guys. Not bad at all. Alright, that looks good. See if we can get a little cleanup on this here. This is just a real soft stainless steel brush. It's got real fine wires on it. Alright, that looks pretty good. Just clean this needle up here a little bit, tip of it. Oh yeah, she looks pretty good too. So, let me get the screwdriver here and half. 1, half, 2, about 2.5 turns, and we'll say 3. We'll say 3 turns out. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all there. Shoot a little bit through there. I know I'm doing it off camera, guys, I'm sorry, but alright. Alright. Let me change gloves and we'll put this thing back together and see if we can't get it to run right. Alright guys, got the carburetor off, got it kind of drained out. I'm going to give her a shot of parts cleaner here, and I got a soft brush here. We're going to just kind of try to clean the outside, keep from getting the inside contaminated too bad. I mean, I know it's already probably bad, but I just don't want to get too much stuff down in it. I'm going to have to say, guys, that this thing does not have very many hours of use on it at all. Just by looking at around the exhaust and stuff, it's not burning or anything, so alright, that should do her now, for now. Alright, let's get this out of the way. First thing we want to do on these updraft carburetors is you want to take this needle and seat here out of here, because it goes up through the float and up into this top half, and you'll bend that needle. So there's that. And then got to get in here and get this jet out of here. Alright, let me see if I can find a better screwdriver. I'll bring you all back. Alright, let's start by putting this thing back in here. There's that. Level looks good on it. So there's that. Let's see if we can get this back together here. Oh, that slides back together real nice. These screws back in here. When you're doing these, I've learned that just bring them down to a snug until you get all three of them or all four of them. Some have three, some have four. And then you can go around and torque them down. That way you get a nice even pressure on the all the way around, and you're not torquing that gasket. That. Let's get this bottom jet put back in here. Main jet, I should say. You don't have to hork them things in there, guys. They'll seat just fine. Just give them a little snug. If you hork on them, then next time if you ever got to take them apart, or the next guy's got to take them apart, sometimes has a heck of a time getting them out of there. So, all right, do this main jet here, or this idle jet. That was 3 turns out. There's half, 1, half, 2, half, 3. Alright. Everything seems like it's working fine. So, okay. That's open. That's choke. So, looks pretty good. Take her back over on the generator and get her put back on and get a new chunk of fuel line put on there. Move you around and we'll get back to it. Alright, let's get this thing back up in here and see if we can't get a start out of her. The gasket that's up on that intake there look pretty good, so we're not messing with it. And you know what we forgot to do? You guys let me forget to put the linkage on there. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Just joking. Alright. Let's see if we can get this little spring hooked back up in here. Alright, there's that. We're having testicular difficulties. There we go. Just had to get hold of my tongue right and get her lined up. Alright. There's that. The other one. Get it over here. Does it get started alright? Now the little breather tube that goes from the rocker box there, or lifter box, valve cover, whatever you want to call it, it was pretty hard and dry rotted. So I'm going to have to try to source another one of those somewhere. But now so you guys let me do it again. Air cleaner housing back on here. See if I can beat you guys around a little bit more, shake you around. It's a rough ride, guys, but somebody's got to do it. So, alright, there we go. That's beautiful. Now, okay, there's that. Let's get this thing back up in yonder. Drop the bolt. Everything else here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Get that thing back up in there. Grab my wrench. Turn the thing the right way so we're actually tightening it. Alright, I got a new piece of fuel line put on the other side. Bring it over here. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but it's just pushing a fuel line on the fitting, that's all. Ain't rocket science. So, there's that. Get back in here and tighten this thing up. Then we'll go back over and get the sediment bowl. Get it. It should be cleaned up by now. Get it put back on. We might get this thing to run. So, alright, let me get that sediment bowl and everything, and we'll come back over and take you guys around the other side and show you the sediment bowl, how it goes on and all that. Alright guys, I was getting ready to change that fuel line there off camera. And, this thing actually has a sediment bowl on it. If you can see down in there, she's pretty bad, so we might have to, yeah, it's like a tar, so I'm gonna shoot some cleaner down in there and let it sit while I do the fuel line. We'll get it all cleaned up. This thing here's a little crusty, so she must have been leaking just a hair, which they all do a little bit. I mean, even though if you can't see it running down, you know, they'll drip a little bit of fuel. So, all right, I just want to show you all that while I was doing the other one. So, I'm gonna replace this fuel line and then get this cleaned up. We'll get her all back set up and we'll put her back on. All right, guys, here's the float bowl or the sediment bowl. Get it up in here, and that little hook's over like that. A couple little spots where that sits down in there. Snug that up. I'm going to turn the fuel on. Hopefully we have no leaks. Hey, looky looky. No drips there so far. We like it. Hopefully you guys can see. Hopefully I didn't have my big head in the way, but yeah, this thing's old enough it has a sediment bowl instead of a filter. So there's that. We'll get back around the other side here. Make sure we ain't got no leaks on that side. Bring you around here. Try not to shake you up too bad. So, yeah, don't look like we have any leaks on that side. Yeah, she looks pretty dry down in there right now. We'll let her sit for a few and make sure I ain't got no leaks before we try to start her up. So we'll bring her back when we do the start. Alright guys, got the carburetor and everything all back on there. Fuel line put on. Been watching it. It is getting a little wet between the two halves of the carburetor a little bit. But it's not dripping. So I'll probably try to source a new gasket and probably go ahead and get a needle and a seat and or a float needle and everything for that. Probably a new gasket for this intake. So let's see if she's gonna fire up. I do have a light plugged in over here, so if she starts, hopefully the light lights up. So got the choke on there, and I don't know. Let's try that a choke first. So. All right, let's get something a little heavier driller or a grinder or something plugged into it. That's just a little bulb over there, so let's see how she really works. I'll bring you back after I get something plugged in. Alright guys, we got a grinder plugged into her. Still got the light plugged into it. Let's give this thing another pull and fire it up and see if we can get the grinder to work too. Alright, winner chicken dinner. Let's hear it for the Monkey Ward generator. That was fairly simple. Like I said, this thing does not look like it has very many hours put on it at all. Next thing, like I said, we're going to have to source the carburetor kit and probably, the tube. This tube here, it was kind of, you guys can see, this is the piece that goes into the valve cover. It's ripped. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can't source that. If I can't source that, then I'll see if what I can't do about figuring something else out to do. If you guys got any ideas, leave them in the comments. Yeah. Alright guys, that was a pretty good adventure. Like I said, I usually don't do the will it run videos, but being as I'm off work, I had this generator sitting here. Figured bring you guys along, take a look at her and see what she had going on. I did notice on the other side there on the sediment bowl, the needle that goes in had a little bit of a drip to it. There is a seal around there. I just need to snug it up a little bit to it's like a compression seal. Tighten a little nut up around it, seals it off. I noticed after I had it running, there was no fuel dripping off the bottom of the carburetor. I don't know. I'm still going to try to source the gasket kit for that and redo that again. And that rubber breather tube there for the crankcase breather that goes into the intake. Hey, I'm jazzed, man. Free generator. It runs that grinder, ran to light. It does have a 220 or 240 plug on it. I don't have anything 240 out here right now to plug into it to see if that half works, but I'm guessing that if the 110 side works, the 220 side or 240 side works. I will, once it warms up a little bit, I'll take it outside, soak it down with some degreaser and stuff, get it all cleaned up nice and pretty, and if we go to put some wheels on it, I'll bring you back on that one and show you what I come up with on that. So I'm happy I got a generator now. So thank you guys for stopping by and checking everything out and hanging out with me here in the shop, and we'll catch you on the next adventure. Thanks a lot. Remember, give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already to the channel. And down in the portion of the description portion there, I do have a Amazon link. A few little wish items. There's some big ticket items. There's some small ticket items down in there. If you guys want to support the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. If not, just like I said, leave me a nice little comment. Catch you all in the next one. Bye. Alright guys, I don't know if you all can see those numbers or not. If anybody wants to help me source these gaskets and stuff I need, it'd be greatly appreciated. So I'll put this at the end of the video. Thanks guys.